Okay, so first question. You ready? Mm-hmm. What was your first reaction to the idea of moving?
Is it okay to say panic?
Sad.
Why did you feel sad?
I just didn't want to leave this house.
Why?
'Cause I thought we'd stay here forever.
Yeah.
It made me feel nervous.
When it was a possibility, I was like, I don't ever want to move to this ever. I was really scared. I didn't.
Why?
I just didn't know what to expect, like where. I was sad and scared. I didn't want to leave my friends and my school in this area. I like it here, but I was just scared.
I mean, panic, but full support. Like, okay, I'll do whatever, I'll go wherever, and let's do this, but a little bit of panic. You?
Sort of an, oh my gosh, okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say the same. It was like, okay. Can we do that? Do we want to do that?
Yeah.
Do we really want to do that? But yeah, then once we got, it didn't take long, I don't think.
No, I had a great deal amount of peace underneath all that panic. It was like, no, this is right. And I think that's why I had so much panic because it was right and it felt right. And I knew it's what we needed to do.
I remember when we had the idea to move and we were starting to look for places, and as we got closer to this area and then eventually when we got to this home, I remember that same peaceful feeling. Mm-hmm. Like, this is right, you need to do this.
Yeah.
And those moments are hard, they're easy to forget.
They really are. And we got a lot of crap from a lot of people when we came to move here. And we pushed through because we knew it was right. And so far, we haven't had any crap with people with us this new move. And I'm grateful for that. But we'll take it on because we have peace.
We do. And I guess that kind of answers the next question. How do you feel about it now?
I'm scared, but I'm also excited. It'll be a new adventure, so it'll be good. But I'm still scared.
Still sad.
Same way?
I mean, like, I'm still, like, don't really want to, but I'm at peace with it, and I know that it's the right thing to do, so.
A little happy.
Are you excited?
Mm-hmm.
I'm nervous. There's a lot that's logistically involved here and a lot of change in everyone's lives. I'm nervous. Not going to lie, but I do have that inner peace about it. Like, this should happen, this needs to happen, and it is good that it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Did we answer what are we most nervous about?
A new school. I don't want to start over.
Start over with what? Making friends or?
Yeah, because I did that last year. I mean, I didn't know anyone, so I don't want to do it
5
again.
years ago, you mean?
No, last year. I went into the new school and everything as a freshman because I'd been homeschooled and everything. I didn't know anyone.
I thought you'd been going to school longer than that. Mm-mm. You only started public school last year?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
2018, so 2 years ago, but like last school year.
Well, so now you have practice.
Yeah, I have practice, but it's still...
Over.
I mean, I'll be starting in your junior year. It's not ideal.
I started public school in my junior year. I turned out okay, didn't I?
Yeah. Not finding the perfect house and fitting in.
Fitting in with friends
Yeah,
or
just
people?
fitting in general. Just
Yeah. Okay.
Tornadoes.
I think my biggest nervousness is the separation that we're going to have to endure. Mm-hmm. Jonah is leaving in 2 weeks from the recording of this vlog. And I do have an amazing brother that will be coming to spend some time here. And I'm grateful for that. But, you know, the separation, having the family not together, we're a strong unit. And that will be hard to be apart for the time that we're going to have to be.
Yeah.
But we're strong.
Thankful for the technology these days that will allow us to communicate daily.
Yeah.
And in ways we couldn't in the past, you know.
Yes.
What are you most excited about?
It's going to be really fun there, and we can grow a garden. The rabbits will have more food.
I think the trees. I think that'll be really cool.
There are a lot of trees there.
Yeah, I think the trees and the history. There's a lot. I mean, there's history here, obviously, but it's different. There's older history there.
Honestly, never thought I'd say this, but having a garden, like a real garden. You know, in my previous home, I had a really nice garden, you know, and I had a beautiful peach tree, and I want an orchard, and I want a garden that I can feed our family out of that came from us. There's so much reward when you eat your own food, you know, and we've been successful in our meat growing here, not so much on the veg. So I'm really excited to take on the garden.
Yeah, and so you're excited because the growing season out there is going to be so much longer.
Yes, the growing season here is so short, so short. I mean, we had a freeze in June last year, I think. It's just crazy. So I'm really excited for that new adventure.
Yeah, and as you talk about it, that rings true in my mind that, you know, the more we've come to, the closer we've gotten to our food sources, the more we want to do more and get closer in every aspect that we can. And I think that's, I think a lot of people can relate to that, you know, in the homesteading community, and not just in homesteading, but and others. But I think that's a kind of a, people are wanting to get closer to their food, you know, these days.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm excited for that too. I'm excited for the overall adventure that this is going to provide for our families. I know it'll be hard in some ways. It'll be fun in others. It'll be challenging. I know we're going to grow from it. I think that's what I'm excited about, is the growth, the personal growth as individuals and as a family unit. I think this was going to really draw us closer.
I agree. Stronger wind makes stronger trees.
What will you miss the most about this homestead?
The mountain range, like just seeing the mountains in the background.
Why?
I don't know. I just like the mountains. They're just pretty.
The familiarness, like how I've come to know it, and I know what to expect.
There won't be as much snow. That we can't really have that much snow.
The views.
Yeah.
The open views, the mountains, the tranquility.
Insert B-roll landscape shots right now.
Yes. The snow-capped mountains. The wildlife. I'm sure there will be wildlife there.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the deer, I don't know.
There'll be more.
I love my mountains. I've always said I couldn't live in a place without mountains. Well, here we go. There's a lot of things I've done over the past 5 years that I said I could never do. So,
Yeah. You know, my knee-jerk reaction to this question was the mountains.
yeah.
But I think there's relationships here that I'm going to miss more than that, to be completely honest and open.
Yeah.
And I don't want to admit that because I'm not a people person. But I really am. We've made some good friends here. And we'll still be friends, I'm sure, but
The reality is we probably will never see them again. And that is hard.
it'll be tough. But the next, in a very close second, is the mountains. Man, that's going to be tough.
Well, and in my defense, you said thing, right? What is
Yeah,
the
I know.
thing?
This homestead.
I will really miss the people here too. And my family. It's going to be hard to leave my
You're
family.
right. I got sidetracked. Thinking about this homestead, thinking about this place. So that mountains can't count then. Let's narrow it down to this homestead. To this 4 point whatever acres we're on. What are you gonna miss the most?
I'm getting emotional. Our dog that we burned on the garden lives in this land. And that's hard to leave. It's hard to leave a piece of us that came with us to the homestead. It is hard to leave that piece of us behind. But the intent with burning him over the garden was that he would live on in the soil and in the land, and that's a beautiful thing. So that will be hard for me to leave. The memories are going to be hard for me to leave. There's nothing specific to this land that I think is going to be hard for me, like from the raw land. It's what we have put into the raw land that will be hard for me to leave.
Yeah, I like that. I didn't think of it in that way. I was trying to think of what about this piece of land are we going to miss?
The soil sucks.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything here about the land that I'm not going to be able to get over easily. I mean, but you're right, the memories we've made here. I really like this home. I'm going to miss it.
Yeah. I loved Sarah's response of the home.
Those cupboards, cupboards, cause I like them and they're like super duper high and I like it. And
You're going to miss our cupboards the most? Is there anything outside you're going to miss?
Not.
Like the mountains or...
Yeah, I'm gonna really miss the mountains.
Yeah, that was pretty special. Okay, what things do you want in a new homestead?
Like to have a really fun house and live very close to our friend's house. So it's gonna be really fun. Sheep.
Anything else? When we look for new property, what would you like to see?
Trees. Pond.
Why do you want a pond?
So we can swim in it.
That would be fun.
Lots of trees. Lots of trees.
Is that it? Just lots of trees? Or is there something about the house you want?
Just kind of like how ours is now, but not at the same time. Like, I think I like the big kitchen, and I like I just like this house, so I want to find a homestead kind of like it, but different at the same time.
A barn.
Yeah?
A big, beautiful barn. Even a small, beautiful barn. I want a barn.
I don't know what we can afford. I don't know if we
know.
can afford a big barn, but...
You know, even if we did another pallet shack that is different than what we have.
Man, I don't want to do a pallet shack again.
Yeah,
You would do it, though?
I would. I've loved that shack out there.
I guess I could do it, but I would do it a lot different.
And I would also, I want a specific milking parlor. I mean, there's certain things after having goats and having the animals. We've learned so much. I'm so excited to rebuild with now what we know we want. We had no clue what we were doing when we started.
I think we want more land. And
Rotationally grazed and
yeah, wherever we go, I
things.
want to be able to. I like what Emma said.
More land and like a pond and wooded woods, but like also not woods. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So like,
You want to have a mixture?
yeah, so like woods, but then there's like clearings and a pond. I think that'd be cool.
Anything about a new home that you want to look for?
I mean, I would prefer to have my own room, but not particularly.
Okay. Yes, I mean, we've enjoyed the openness out here, but I missed some trees, and that'll be hard to leave. The trees.
Yes.
We've put some time and energy into these trees, and it's been fun to see them grow. It's going to be really hard to leave those.
We're going to take some willow starts with us.
Yes.
Watch them grow. But yeah, we've put some soul into this land.
Yeah.
And that would be hard to leave.
You know, when we first were looking for land, we had talked about how it would be a dream if we could have some, like a river or creek running through the property. And so this little drainage creek that we do have that's very seasonal, we thought, oh, that's awesome, you know. Would you want that again?
Yes.
Water?
I would love water. I would love a pond. I know there's a lot of properties that have stocked ponds. I love to fish. And, you know, living in Idaho, you would think that we would have all the opportunities to go fish, but we just haven't made the time to do that. But to have a pond on your own property, that's a dream.
That'd be
to
cool.
be able to just go out and go fishing for your dinner.
Yeah.
That'd be really neat.
I would love it if we could find a place that was already fenced for us and cross-fenced. And
Yeah.
I think there are some things that I would like to have established to a certain degree. Fencing would be nice. Of course, a barn would be nice, but I
It's
think
not a deal
I would put
breaker.
fencing above a barn.
Would you?
I would. Just because of the headaches of trying to put animals on it without fencing and
Pigs run into China. Come on, friends. This is what we call a pig roundup. 6 out of the 7 little stinkers are clear, huge, clear back behind the house. We've got 4 on this side, 2 over there. Oh my gosh. Come on, piggies. That was ridiculous.
Yeah.
You've had some adventures.
fencing would be a big one for me. What do you dislike the most about this place, this homestead?
How dry it gets in the summer. Everything's so dry, and like our lawn is, you can't go out barefoot because it hurts. But
Because it's so dead and crunchy.
yeah, everything just dies. The first few weeks of summer are great, but then it hits July and you're like, ugh,
And everything
gross.
dies.
It's disgusting, yeah.
How it's just so dead. How it's dead and there's just lots of like wall holes. Just how dead it is.
It gets dead and dry, and there's just not a lot of water. So, you know, trying to keep a garden going, trying to keep your animals watered, and the water, the dry, chapped skin, chapped hands, just the dry.
Okay, what is one way that you've grown from homesteading?
Oh my.
Just one.
I've been more like, let's get down and dirty. I've been more, not so like, I mean, like I still am a little, but like, you know, not so squeamish.
Not afraid to try
Yeah.
living this lifestyle.
I've learned to have a tough skin, I guess. To like,
Explain.
rabbits are for food, and like there's a lot of other things that people would be shocked that I do, but it's just life, you know?
Strength. Strength of character, strength physically. Do you want me to expound on that?
Sure.
I mean-
Character.
Being able to, I always said, I will never eat anything that made me smile. Well, I broke that rule and we got pigs. They're so cute and so ugly, but so cute. Strength of character to be able to do the hard things, to be farm tough, to make the hard choices. You know, when you buy bacon from the store, you didn't know that it was cute. You know, so I don't know, getting over that. The first time we dispatched a rabbit and I cried, and now I'm able to do it myself. You know, just an overall strength of, and an empowerment of, if something happened, I could go hunting and bring home food for my family if I had to. You know, I'm grateful that we're a team. but I could do it if I had to. So that self-reliance, that strength is something I never expected to gain or that I wanted to gain. What about you?
I don't know. This is a tough one for me. I haven't thought of this. I've been asking everybody else, but
I wouldn't say I love dispatching animals, but it's given me a greater appreciation for my food.
Well, you've grown in the sense that you're able to do those hard things that you didn't think you could do before.
No, I mean, before I'd be like, oh, Jonah can do that. Jonah can do that. And when we bought our first home, there was a man that was showing me how to do caulking and stuff. I'm like, you don't need to show me that. My husband does that stuff. He goes, no, you will watch and you will learn. And I was like, and I was grateful for that. I don't want to take on that, I'm not all women empowerment or anything, but we can do things too. We can be helpmates, and I don't want to be like, oh, well, I don't do that. So it's been nice to be able to be a teammate, and if he's having a hard time, I'm able to step up and do it. And if I'm having a hard time, he's able to step up and do it. And I think that's what a real team is.
I think that learning to rely, it's taught me to rely on those around me and allow those around me to help accomplish things, whereas before it was just, I'm gonna do this, I've got to do this, and on my own, and so allowing people to help and allowing people to, it's definitely a team effort, and it's a family production for sure. I say that, because I can't think of how many times we've working on projects where getting stuck or needing, just not having the time or the energy and needing help, so I don't know.
Well, in learning to trim my goat's hooves, I had a beautiful friend that came over and helped me for the first several months doing that. Blood draws, I love the community of people coming to work with us and to help us and to teach. So relying on...
I would say one thing that I've learned is there are many ways to skin a cat, so to speak. There's a lot of ways to do things. Everybody has an opinion and just doesn't mean it's the right one, and not to be afraid to figure it out on your own, not to be afraid to make mistakes, or to be open to there is a better way or a more efficient way or things like that, and not to just be so narrow-minded. Well, this is what most people do, so that must be the way it should be done.
Definitely.
And just to not be afraid to try. I think maybe that's the biggest... I've learned a lot. Okay, are we going to have a garden?
Yes.
I think we answered that question.
Yes.
We're going to have a garden. What do you want to grow in your garden?
Carrots and strawberries and apple trees and pear trees.
Corn. Actually, a watermelon.
Oh, yeah.
Tried for so many
We've
times.
tried
to
so
do
many
that.
times, yeah.
Like the entire time we've been here, we've tried growing one. Anyway, watermelon for sure. That's the priority. I want to have that grown, because every time we've tried growing those things, didn't work out.
Carrots.
Peas.
Oh, peas. Me too.
We haven't had those
For a long time.
for a very long time, and I would like peas.
I want, even though I can't eat them, tomatoes. I love to bottle tomatoes, canned tomatoes. I love having food on hand. I want to preserve.
We could grow tomatoes pretty easy here. What's something that you
Squash.
couldn't grow here? We could grow squash here.
No, I tried. 2 years in a row.
Oh, here at this place.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sweet potatoes.
Ooh, that would be awesome.
Yes.
That will be awesome.
That would be so awesome. It's too cold here for sweet potatoes. I want to have a huge orchard of different trees, you know.
Really? Like how many?
Like, at least 3 peach trees. Plum tree, pear
That's a
tree.
lot of peaches.
I know. Yeah, I would love to just have a lot of different fruit. I want to preserve so many more things.
I want to have lots of peas and green beans. I'm not huge on the squashes. But sweet potatoes would be awesome.
Would be melons, cantaloupe, honeydews,
melons.
all the melons, beets.
Yeah.
But yeah, lots of peas. Corn will be fun.
Yeah, I could leave the corn, but sure. Okay, what animals would you like to have on our new homestead?
Goats.
Other than goats.
Quail.
Other than rabbits and other than chickens and turkeys.
I would like quail.
Quail?
I would like quail, pigs. I'd like to do pigs again. I would love to do horses again. The kids all said horses. That surprised me.
I'd like to have horses. Like draft horses.
That'd
Big
be
ones. Yeah.
Horses. Yeah, horses. Definitely not cows. No cows.
You're done with the whole cow scene?
Yeah. But if we ever did, I would know what to do.
That's true.
Sheep. Horses. Bunnies. And chickens. And goats. And and that's all.
Perfect. Thank you. You've been wonderful.
We had a horse 6 years ago, and we didn't have him long. He passed away, but
you would like to do that again,
I
huh?
would love to do that again. Horses are wonderful for kids, wonderful for confidence building. I would just love to do horses again. Very much.
I think that's one of the reasons we never did horses here. Oh, one of the reasons we never did horses here. I never felt like we had enough room to do a horse, and be able to do the pigs and the goats and have enough pasture and not just be buried in costs for food. And
Yeah.
so more land that can support a horse and the other animals. I
And the
think
other-
so. I don't know that I really want to do much more in the way of animals than we've already done. I think we've got the animal kingdom covered. But I would like to make pigs a consistent thing
Me too.
and have a better herd of goats and keep up the poultries.
I wouldn't mind thinking about having a cow for meat.
Really?
But on the other hand, I love the idea of finding other farmer friends that you can barter and trade with. If somebody does cows and they're really good at cows and then we're really good at pigs, let's trade. And then you're not having fires in all these different fire pits. So I do really like that idea of, okay, well, what can we do to help each other? And, for me, a lot of the reasons for growing your own meat is what they're being fed, their environment. And so if you find a friend that has like-minded views, then you can get that same meat without having to raise it.
Yeah, I like that. So these are just some of the thoughts going through our mind right now. Obviously, life happens and things change and opinions change. And when we get out there and we start looking, maybe we'll I think a lot of this will probably change in some ways, but it's been fun to get the kids' opinions on all of this and see where their hearts are at and their minds are at with it all. And it's been fun to share with everyone.
It's good to have it open and talk about it. And overall, we are very excited. It's a roller coaster, though, to be very honest. We've been all over the place with emotions, but it's good. Wouldn't it be sad if we were excited to leave and nothing was going to be sad, you know? It's okay to be sad. Just don't dwell on it and look at the future of the adventure, right? Let the crazy adventure really begin.
Our next crazy adventure. Thanks for joining us. We'll we'll bring you along with us.
And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.